are entitled to a free copy of our book, since it was one of our members' ideas that we applaud and appreciate you by giving you this gift. My name is Linda Barnes. I'm one of the 3 poets in the Rogue Valley who originally founded our unit of the Oregon Poetry Association. It turned out to be a fairly simple first step that, like so many enterprises in life, grew far beyond the capacity of the original people to carry it out. Carol Brockfield will be reading tonight, and she was our president for 5 years. And after Carol said, "I can't do this anymore," 5 people attempted to replace her. And so we're now kind of run by a committee. This event tonight is the culmination of a tiny brainstorm that occurred during a critique group meeting that some of our members and friends attend. And somebody said, wouldn't it be great if we did a reading, and maybe we should do it at Bloomsbury because they're such a supportive group of people. And someone said, well, why don't we collect some of our poems and, just kind of put them on the chairs as a present to people. And then somebody else said, oh, maybe we should put them into a little booklet. And the snowball rolled downhill and crushed quite a few on the way. But we're here tonight to celebrate that little seed that grew into a wonderful thing and became our 7 Meteors book. I'm going to start by reading some of my own poems, and then we'll go down through the list. And we're not going to say much about the poets beyond introducing one another by name, because there are some short bios in the book itself, so you can refer to that if you want to know about people. Earth Day Potluck, Ashland, Oregon. 1 large lasagna made with locally raised, grass-fed, hormone-free, humanely slaughtered Angus beef. 2 vegan main dishes. 3 casseroles labeled gluten-free. 4 petitions to the U.S. Congress supporting women's reproductive health, gun control, climate change legislation, and the end to corporate tax loopholes. 5 people who suggest drumming in Lithia Park after eating. 6 bottles of naturally flavored, vitamin mineral enriched spring water. 17 guaranteed organic hemp or 100% domestically grown cotton tie-dyed shirts. 8 pairs of Birkenstocks. 9 Subaru Foresters, Honda Civics, Toyota Priuses, and mountain bikes in the driveway. I should say they're sporting various bumper stickers for Democratic candidates. 10 veggie burgers. 11 miniature brownies that may or may not contain food-grade medicinal marijuana, and no partridges, but 12 poets in an orchard of blooming pear trees. The Congolese student visits my classroom. 1. He shows the class his slideshow. My country's name, Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. He shows a map of Africa. My country is known as the Heart of Africa. He does not mention Joseph Conrad. In the center of the country where I am from, it rains 12 months of the year. It rains almost every day, and here it is the hottest too, as high as 115 degrees Fahrenheit much of the time. In the south, he tells my students, it's cold, cold, cold. So cold it gets down to 70 degrees. Once I tried to live there, but I had to leave because I missed the heat. 2. My country is the richest in all of Africa, the richest in the world. Tungsten, copper, casterite, lead, cobalt, manganese, uranium, zinc, nickel, silver, garnets, malachite, gold, diamonds. But it is a third world country. I'm proud of this wealth. However, most families here live on less than $1 per day. A teacher like you, he nods politely in my direction, would make about $120 a year. 3. In my country, we go to school from 8 in the morning until 5:30. After school, we have our meal. We eat only once a day. Some rice, a bit of vegetables, a little chicken or antelope if someone has been hunting. In many families, there's so little food that they take turns eating, the mother and girls one day, the father and the boys the next. One day I was coming home from school, thinking about what I would get to eat. I was very hungry, and when I got home, I found out we had only a little sugar and some water. So we stirred the sugar into the water and drank it and went to bed. I was very hungry that night. 4. My American students don't ask questions about money or food or even school. They want to know about dating. They want to know, when do you get married in your country? He tells them, we don't get to date until we are about 21. School is the most important thing. Once my father heard from some people that I was dating a girl, but I wasn't. I was talking to her at school because she was in my class. We were 15. My father threw me out of the house and said, do not come back here even if you are hurt in an accident. Even if you are bleeding, you cannot come back home now. I stayed with friends for about 3 months, and then he let me come back home. 5. When I was first here in the States, some friends asked me if I wanted to go hunting with them. I said I would like to, and when they picked me up, one said, we're going to Wendy's first to get something to eat because we're going to be gone all day. I asked them, do you mean you go hunting when you aren't hungry? Now when I come to school and see my friends, they're always asking me, have you had any breakfast? What did you have for lunch? I laugh, but I wonder, is it really legal to eat so much? City girl grooms horse. Her manicure is the first to go, 2 nails broken, dirt and dander driven deep. She cannot resist scratching the graceful arc of his neck, then little scritches around furry ears. It's so good for her heart. She leans her body against his solidness, sinking into the warm scent of his flesh. When he sighs, she feels her tension flow outward into the whispering cottonwoods. It's so good for her heart to look deeply into the dark mirrors of his eyes. She glides her palms along his wide back, his coat a glow of copper satin. Her hair's mussed by the breeze. Her pulse slows, no thought given to the dust on her boots, the grit sifting over her arms. He's eager for the treats she shares with him, apple slices and peppermint discs, sweetening both of their breaths. They breathe in unison. He rests a heavy head on her shoulder. They stand like that, together, eyes half closed. It's so good for their hearts. One more. What would Stafford do? They say he wrote a poem a day, every day, not only during April. How did he manage it? Did he pluck ideas from a bush in his garden? Did they arrive in his mailbox with the bills and advertisements? Perhaps he had a special radio station he tuned into each morning. Or maybe he found them in boxes of Cheerios like Cracker Jack toys. I've walked the yard, opened all the envelopes, tried to decode the static, shaken out the cornflakes, but no poems have been found. Maybe you got there first and took them for yourself. Maybe they melted like ice in the glass. It could be that the cats chased them underneath the couch. Wait here, I'm going to go look now.